Hello children, another session of physics. This is Riju and PSK tele classes for grade 11. We have studied so much in the sense, so many units, new units, definitions, so many new values to be memorized like parsec, astronomical unit, light year, etc. And there are two different things, like we studied about how to write a given number in scientific notation and how to find the order of magnitude. That's what we studied, and again a lot of numericals on parallax. Fine. Now let me start my class by asking you to write in scientific notation. I am giving you two numbers, write them in scientific notation and find the order of magnitude and comment them in the comment box. Fine. So the first value is like so the first value is this thing, 3961000 meter. This should be written in the scientific notation and find the order of its magnitude. Second one, same thing, but this is a smaller value. For example, 0.006831. Again, let me take another unit, it's a kilogram. Write these two in scientific notation and find the order of magnitude and answer me in the comment box below. Done? Okay. Now today's topic. Today we are going to discuss about a lot of things about measurement, because the chapter is all about measurement. So when we measure, these details are very important for us. Accuracy, precision of instruments and errors in measurement. So this is very important for your board examination as well as your entrance examination. If you take any previous paper on entrance examination or school examination, numericals from this chapter comes from this section, accuracy, precision, especially from this area called errors in measurement. Fine. Okay. So let us to understand this, to understand everything, two important points are there, and these two words. One is called true value of a physical quantity and the second one is called measured value. Okay. Look at this diagram. I have a beautiful carrot, a different one. Okay. A carrot. Have you ever seen a blue colored carrot? No. Carrot has got an inherent orange color, right? So this carrot has got a certain length. It has got an actual length, whether you know it or not. It has a correct length, an original true value. That's what we call as a true value, the real value of that quantity. It has got a real value. That's what we call as a true value, real value of anything. Whether you know it or not, the real value is what we call as true value. Okay. Many a times I will abbreviate this as TV, true value. Now you can take a scale and you can do measurement. And what was measurement? Definition: comparison of one length with the another length. Fine. So we compare it, and when we compare it, we will get a value. And I told you here approximately you can say approximately from 0 to 9. See, this is approximately 9 centimeter, and this one is what we call as MV. MV stands for measured value. So measured value and a true value. Every measurement, there is a true value, there is a measured value. You will never know the true value because that's why you are going to measure it. You can measure your height. You have a true height, you can measure it, you get true value, and there is a measured value. Fine. So this is important. Okay. So in every measurement there are two values. One is a true value, the other one is known as the measured value. Now the whole topics today is a fight between, a tug of war between the true value and the measured value. MV happened to be my initials. Now let us move on. We need to learn about accuracy. Definite question in examination. What is accuracy? Or they may give you some values and they'll ask you which one is the most accurate value or which one is the least accurate value. Fine. How do we define accuracy? Before we go for the definition, assume that there is some mass of something which has a true value. This is the true value of that mass. Assume that you know the true value, and that is 12.46 kilogram. Okay. Now we measure it. We measure it in how many atoms? We measure it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different atoms of measuring this. Maybe 5 different people measured it, or the same person measured it 5 times. There are 5 measured values. So these are the measured values. Now watch out. The actual value is 12.46, the measured value is 12.2. So there is a difference. There is a difference. You can actually find out true value minus measured value. You can find out this. The difference can be found out. And see which has the least difference. Which of the measured value has the least difference from the true value. Then we will understand that 12.5 kilogram. You can work out. Okay, you can work out. You should work out. You take the difference. You take for the first value. For the first value, what to do? Take 12.46. Then subtract 12.2. So what will you get? You will get a 0.26. That is a unit kilogram. You do this for every value, and you will understand that the difference, the difference is minimum for this 12.5 kilogram. What does that mean? That means this 12.5 kilogram is very close to 12.46. Now read the definition. Accuracy is what? It refers to the closeness of the measured value to the true value. Closeness of measured value to the true value. That means TV minus MV, this must be minimum. When the difference is minimum, then we will say it is the most accurate one. So I can say out of all these values, this becomes the most accurate value. And now, so if it is minimum, that becomes the most accurate. Most accurate. Okay. If TV minus MV is maximum, if it is maximum, then what is the message? If it is maximum, please read this as maximum. Maximum, then that is the least accurate. That is the least accurate value. This is sure in your examination. They may give you a true value and they will give you a couple of values like this. They will ask you which is the most accurate and which is the least accurate. The idea is that take the difference, which is the smallest difference, that is the most accurate. What is the definition of accuracy now? Tell me. What is the definition of accuracy? Accuracy refers to the closeness. The closeness. Very close. Who should be close? The true value and the measured value. And if they are not very close, it is not accurate. I hope accuracy is okay. Fine. Let us move on. Let us move on. This becomes your assignment, today's assignment. Okay. I am going to trouble you with a lot of assignments. Okay. Later on you will hate me. Oh, here comes the man of assignment. Okay. Assignment one after the other. Assignment. I am sorry, it hasn't come to, okay. Assignment. Assignment is what? The true value of a quantity is given 3.678 centimeter. The true value is given. This is the true value. Which is the most and least accurately measured value? Out of the 3 value, which is the most accurately measured and which is the least accurately measured? Watch my video again, the previous part. Refer your note, work out. I told you the technique of doing that one. A simple technique. Measurement, these all are measured values, MVs. First measurement is 4 centimeter, second measurement is 3.5 centimeter, third one is 3.38 centimeter. These things are actually easy. Even my cameraman here will be able to answer it now. Okay, so please answer this and comment in the box below. I hope you know how to comment with a time stamp with your comment. Okay, in YouTube the time of the video is always with the colon here. Okay, so 7.10. You type this 7.10, then write your answer, so that directly you can go to the question if you touch this one, because this will become a hyperlink, a link. Okay, you people all know this. Fine. So that is my assignment number 1 other than the numerical in the beginning. Now, it is important to know the term resolution. It is important to know the term resolution here. Okay. 1 minute. This board is very smart board, but it is very difficult to operate it. Okay. I am not very friendly with this board. This board has immense capabilities. It has got an Android system, it has got a Windows system, it can work like a laptop, it can work like your mobile phone. I don't know whether I can take a selfie using this. Other than it's okay. I want you to learn resolution of a measuring instrument. Resolution of a measuring instrument. But for that, let me tell you the word resolution will come in many chapters in physics. Resolution of your eye, resolution of microscope, resolution of telescope, so many things. Resolution of instrument. Resolution is an ability. For an instrument, resolution is an ability. What ability? The ability to measure very small values. Ability to measure very small values. To tell you more about that one, I am showing you two scales here. And here you can see there is the 10th division, and after that you have the 11th division. In between there is one division. So 10, then 11, then 12. So in between you have one division. Okay, so what is that one now? I can say this will be 10 completed, but 11 not reached. So in the midway, so this must be 10.5. So what is this thing now? This will be equal to 11.5. So you can measure 10, then you can measure 10.5, but you cannot measure 10.4. You cannot measure 10.2, 10.5. You can't measure 10.6, you can measure 11, after that 11.5. So this has got a minimum value measurable. What is the minimum measurable value? And that is 0.5. The minimum measurable value is 0.5 unit. Whatever be the unit, centimeter or meter, it's half of that one. And here the same thing, this is 10, this is 11, but in between there are 10 divisions. So after 10, what is the next possibility of reading? After 10, you can measure 10.1 centimeter. After that one, you can measure 10.2 centimeter. Centimeter is not marked, whatever it is, whatever be the unit given, 10.1, then 10.2. Fine. Okay, समझ में आया? This can measure 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, etc., an interval of 0.5. But this can measure 10, 10.1, 10.2. So which can measure smaller values? Which can measure smaller value? Tell me, is it device A or device B? Which can measure smaller value? Obviously, it is the device A. So we will say A has got a higher resolution. This has got high resolution. And this has got a low resolution. So now after this, read the statement again. What is that? Resolution of a measuring instrument, it is the ability of the instrument to measure small values. So both of them have a resolution. This is able to resolve, this is also, but which can measure smaller values? The first one. So if you compare that and this is having a higher resolution. This is having a lower resolution. Fine. Now sometimes we use another word to represent this, and that word is called limit. The limit of measurement. What is the limit of measurement in this device? The first device, the limit is 0.1 unit, but in the second one, that limit is 0.5. So I'll tell you one more point. High resolution means high resolution. Which has got higher resolution? When the limit is smaller, to make this clear, this is called A, this is called B. Okay. So limit of this is A, this is B. Now tell me which has lower limit? A has a lower limit, higher resolution. So limit and resolution are inversely proportional. Higher limit, I'll write like this, higher limit. What about its resolution? Higher limit. Which has got a higher limit? This has got a higher limit. Therefore, higher limit means lower resolution. So if you want higher resolution, then limit must be smaller. That's it. Fine. That's why we say, so the scale is divided into very smaller values, and these values will represent its resolution. So resolution is clear, I hope. Resolution. What is resolution? Ability to measure very small value. Okay. I am not happy. I am not satisfied, because I'll say these are fundamentals. It may appear very simple and silly, but this makes you strong. Very, very strong. Okay. Now I am going to ask you one more point, that say there is one scale which can measure up to 1/100th of centimeter, and this is scale A. Say there is another scale B. So do not relate it to this. Okay, not this one. This is different. Okay, there is another one which can measure up to 1/10,000 of a meter, of a centimeter. This can measure 1/100th of a centimeter. This can measure 1/10,000 of a centimeter, which has got lower limit, which has got higher resolution. B has a lower limit and B has a higher resolution. It is able to see very small things. Next year you will learn about light and your eye. In case of eye, when resolution is more, it means you can see even smaller things. Microscope will improve resolution. It can see smaller things. So the ability to measure or see smaller values are called resolution of an instrument. Okay, happy? Okay, fine. If you are happy, like and comment. Moving on, another technical term, and that technical term is written here. It's called least count. Least count. See, the word least count will tell you what it is. It is self-explanatory. It's telling you, what am I? I am least count means what? Least means smallest. Count means measure. So the smallest value that you can measure using a device is called least count. What is least count? What is least count? Yourself tell me. What is least count? It is the smallest value a device can measure. Whatever be the device, scale, voltmeter, ammeter, pressure meter, anything, energy meter, whatever be it, the smallest value that it can measure is called its least count, and that is obviously written as LC. Least count. Okay, wait. See the first one. What is this? It's a voltmeter. You studied 10th standard. Voltmeter. What is the use of a voltmeter? It is to measure voltage or potential difference. Okay. How is it connected in a circuit? You remember? Yeah, it's connected in parallel. Okay. These things are not required now anyway. See, look at the scale of the voltmeter. There is a 0 here. There is a 0 here. So this is 0. This is 5. If you want to see this larger, okay. This is 0. This is 5. This is 10. This is 15. Now from 0 to 5, let me count the number of division. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 divisions here. So 5 is divided into 10. So what is the value of this one division? That must be equal to 5 divided by 10. 5 divided by 10. That means it is 0.5. And what is the unit in which you measure this thing? So the least value that this voltmeter can measure is 0.5 volt. And that is the least count of the first scale. Least count of this voltmeter is 0.5 volt. Okay. Work out. Take a screenshot or draw that in your notebook. Find out. Now this one. This is your scale. You have the scale with you in your instrument box. And on one side there are centimeters. Here you have centimeter marker. Here you have centimeter marker, and here you have inches. You don't normally use inches, but it is there in your scale. What is the smallest value it can measure? Forget about inches, tell me in centimeter. What is the smallest value it can measure? Look here, it starts here at 0 and after this many divisions, that is 1 centimeter. I'm sorry, this is 1 centimeter. And that is divided into how many divisions? Take your scale and see, there are 10 divisions. So I can say 1 centimeter is divided into 10 divisions. So the least value that it can measure is 0.1 centimeter. So what is least count? What is least count? Least count is the smallest value a device can measure. This voltmeter has got a least count of, this voltmeter has got a least count of, I told you it has got a least count of 0.5. So what is LC of the voltmeter? 0.5 volt. You should write the unit. What is LC of this scale? That is 0.1 centimeter. Is that okay? If that is okay, we will move on. We will move on. Assignment, next assignment. Okay. What to do? There is an ammeter. What is an ammeter? What is it used? How is it connected? Ammeter is used to measure electric current and that is always connected in series in a circuit, 10th standard. This is your voltmeter. What is the least count of this ammeter and what is the least count of this voltmeter? Find out. Comment in the box. Find least count of the given ammeter and voltmeter. See, commenting in YouTube is not the actual method of doing that. You have to write this as a question in your notebook, answer it, then submit on the same day to your class teacher. Is that okay? Are you doing this? You should. You should refer NCERT textbook, and if you have attended our bridge course, you have to refer that class notes also, then make a better note. So that by reading this note, you can study everything, you will get full mark. Okay? Getting full mark is always good. Fine. So, do this assignment. We'll move on. We'll move on. Method to find least count from a given measured value. Very important for entrance question solutions. Fine. In entrance examination, you will want to find least count. They will be giving you some measured value. So all of them are this one, this one, this one, and this one are measured from 4 different devices. This is measured using a scale. This is ampere, ammeter. This is kilogram, a mass measuring device. This is second time. So these are 4 different devices, and each of them are measured by somebody, properly measured. That I should tell you, my method is applicable only when it is properly measured. I'll write it as properly. Later on you will understand what is the meaning of proper and improper. Properly measured. These are properly measured. Okay. Then how to find least count? What is the least count of that device from which you got a value like this? There is a simple technique. Okay. To understand the technique, I'll tell you, suppose I write the 123 meter, a value like this. Okay, 123, let me put a few decimal point and 02 meter. Suppose you have a value like this, fine. Then when I say the digits, I'll say this is the last digit for me. In my class, I will say this is the last digit, and I'll say this is the first digit. No mathematical meaning, this is for simplicity, convenience. This is the first digit and that is the last digit. Fine. Now, I'll tell you what is the method of finding the least count. Fine. See this. Write 1, 4, not 4, I think write 1 instead of last digit and 0 for all other digits. But do not erase, retain decimal point. You don't leave that one. Retain decimal point. That is a simple technique. What is it? In the given value, First of all, identify which is the first value, which is the last value, last digit. Last digit is 5. Instead of that last digit, you write 1. Then write 0 for all other digits, but retain the decimal point. That means, let me work out. Write 1 instead of the last digit. Last digit is 5. So instead of that, write 1. I think black color would be better there. 1. Keep the unit there. Then write 0 for all other digits. So first digit is 0, second digit is 0. Retain the decimal point, place the decimal point there itself. Then this is the least count. The least count is 0.1 centimeter. No need to write double 0 in the beginning. You can simply say this is my pen is 0.1 centimeter. Now look at the value, look at the digit given and identify the least count. You don't have to write everything, 0.1 centimeter. What about the second value? Second value, same thing. For the first last digit, you write 1 ampere. Place the decimal place, put it as 0.1 ampere. Here 0.004 is replaced by 1 kilogram. And here what to do? Confusion, no decimal point. Don't worry, last digit is 0, so there you put 1 second, then there is a 0 here, then there is a 0 here. So this is nothing but 1 second. This is nothing but 1 second. This is the technique of finding least count. Okay? So see, all these simple techniques are making you powerful. When you come to problem solving, these things will unknowingly help you a lot. When you read a question, you need to understand what it is asking you. So for that, you need this basic knowledge. So the method to find least count from a given measured value. Done. Okay. So mere bachcho, what have we done today? Today we studied about true value, measured value, then accuracy. Then we studied about limit of resolution and then least count. Now today, before I am leaving, I am giving you one question. Find least count of the device from the given measured value. You have to find the least count and write it against here. Write a table like this, put that in your notebook, then submit that as an assignment. Okay. And this is going to be really fun because we are in the numerical part. Physics is always good in the numerical part than the theory lectures. Okay. So gear up everybody, gear up everyone, work out. That's the only way of getting into any way. Fine. So thank you for watching. Thank you. I think it started raining in your place. Don't sleep too much, study well. See you in the next class.